Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2 for the Rapture Gaming League. We have got one best of 3 coming on for you. For Between Awake and Impervious, the winner of this best of 3 will move on to the playoffs, while the loser will get knocked out and will not be able to make it to the playoffs and will be remaining by lonesome in the group stages because there are 7 teams in the group and there's only 6 moving on to the playoffs. So that's what these two teams are fighting for. That's why it's a best of 3. And we're going to see Awake fighting from the Dire side for the first game, a Dire side and first pick, and Impervious have the Radiant side, and we'll be dealing with the second pick. Remaining. This was, well, basically decided on a coin toss. Next game will be reversed. So we've got an Elder Titan, Visage, Lifestealer, and Clockwork removed from the pool. Now the thing to note here is that we have still all the strong supports in there, so that means the Venomancer, the Crystal Maiden, Lich is still in there as well. Not a support, but still very strong is Pugna, so perhaps Naga Siren. I mean, they're all still there, obviously. And the thing to note, most of all, is that the Clockwork is banned out. Now that's a hero. Whoa! I saw his new profile picture, or I saw his new skin, obviously, but I didn't see his new profile picture. Look at that. He doesn't sound like... He sounds like he should have a different voice. He sounds like he should be more slizzling or something. Lisping. Venomancer. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe he looks female too. Oh well. We have a Clockwork band, which is quite an unorthodox band to see this early on. But apparently Impervious did not want to have the risk of facing that one. Nyx Assassin and Alchemist picked up by Impervious. They didn't need to think about that one. No time used for that, and they therefore have got a strong support and a hero that can be mid safe lane. Gonna assume so far safe lane, but yeah, they seem to be knowing what they want to be doing here. I have to say though, I mean, this is a Nyx Assassin. I like Nyx Assassin, don't get me wrong, and I actually started to like his change as well, that you can stun. Like you have to actually target yourself rather than target the hero, or be able to click the hero. But because of that, he is a bit less reliable, a bit more skill dependent. We're gonna see if Impervious can make the best out of that Nyx Assassin, as Awake has secured themselves a bounty hunter.
5 seconds remaining.
Their offlane hero, their gold source. I mean, maybe they want to try and have their own extra gold. I mean, our Alchemist, of course, has got that Grievel's Greed, and Bounty Hunter, perhaps he can get some extra gold to his team by those tracks. Rubik will be banned out by Awake. I mean, we're still expecting a support to come from Impervious if they indeed want to go for 2 supports. And Nyx Assassin, now with his change, he would kind of benefit from something that could set up his stun. Alchemist stun is not really the stun you want to use for that one, because of course you kind of give away that the stun is actually coming. So Rubik would have been a good one. Crystal Maiden still would have been a good one there as well. Actually, a couple of options still left. I actually would like to see a Vengeful Spirit, because if you fight in the Acid Spray, and you've got that Wave of Terror there as well, that's a lot of minus armor coming out, and that's gonna hurt.
Reserve time.
And hurting is good in Dota. Gyrocopter instant ban from Impervious. They are really not giving Awake any time to think about what they're doing here. I mean, Impervious is just instant with their bans and their picks. Are they gonna do the same thing here, or are they gonna prove me wrong? Because, if they continue to do that, they're actually pressuring Awake quite heavily. Because Awake only has got 26 seconds left in their bonus time. And that's not that much. Especially not since there's 3 heroes they need to still pick up. We have a Puck ban out on the side of Impervious. They want to make sure that they're not going to have to deal with that silence, because they chose a Invoker that they want to have run mid, as we've seen actually yesterday. They want to maybe copy Yafet's. Maybe they can. But Invoker strong mid? Yeah, I say strong mid. It's a decent mid. I find it's a situational mid. If he has a good lane and there's not gonna be that many ganks, and he is just able to just do his own thing, get his experience, because experience is very important for Invoker, then he'll be fine. But if he's up against a hero that is one of those more aggressive mids, then he has to be careful. He has to be really careful. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Awake went for something like a Queen of Pain, or a Templar Assassin would even be decent as well. They go for the Mirana
Radiant
first though,
team
and
pick.
to be honest, I wasn't expecting that anymore. I love Mirana, don't get me wrong. I was kind of thinking they would go for a hard carry, considering Alchemist on the side of Impervious is already a hard carry there, and Awake, they have a Bounty Hunter on the offlane, which is a decent semi-carry later on in the game. But if you're gonna think to make this late game, you kind of need something to hold that Alchemist off, or to be able to compete with the Alchemist, and a Mirana cannot do that.
10
Alchemist will carry
remaining.
harder and earlier than a Mirana will. Though, of course, Bounty Hunter and
5
Mirana combination
seconds
is pretty
remaining.
deadly, because, of course, you can slow a target down and just, you know, hunt
Reserve
an
tower.
arrow and kill.
Ranger at your service.
I might be
Dire
thinking
team
maybe they want to put the Mirana in the mid lane. Up against that Invoker. Still have something as a hard carry up against that, or in the safe lane there. Or maybe they just want to go all out, ganking potential mid-game and just end the game before things get too tough with the Alchemist there. And perhaps they want to do that by having an aggressive tri-lane. I mean, a Venomancer, Mirana, and then something else on a tri-lane wouldn't be too bad. Crystal Maiden is still in the pool.
10
Lich as well, by the way.
seconds
Lich is
remaining.
completely ignored, and as well as Pugna. But granted, perhaps Pugna can be up
5
against the Invoker, actually, because
seconds
Pugna's ward is amazingly good up against the Invoker. Of course, as Invoker, you want to spam out all your
5
spells,
seconds
spam out all
remaining.
those buttons, and Invoker
Radiant team ban.
will get hurt by that Nether ward every single time he does that. So that would be a good pickup, I think, for Awake. They go for the Earthshaker. Earthshaker, a hero that we've seen on different kind of lanes. I mean, we've seen him on the safe lane support, you know, just as a safe
10
support.
seconds
But
remaining.
also, we've seen him on the off lane. And when on the
Dire
off lane,
team ban.
he is one of those supports that can just keep your offlaner safe by just being close by. And on top of that, he can actually pull creep waves to the Ancients. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Awake try to go for that. And maybe have a Bounty Hunter on the safe lane farming. We've seen that before as well. And he can be by
Radiant
himself and
team
just have a Venomancer also join Mirana and Earthshaker and then try to shut down that Alchemist or try to slow down that Alchemist, which would be enough already. Whoa. Whoa.
Dire team pick.
Medusa picked up. Now this is greed. This is a lot of greed. Looks like we're gonna see 2 dual lanes coming off from these two. We would expect that anyways. It's greed though. This is, I mean, late game, Awake at the moment does not stand a chance. Mid game, they're not even out of the woods yet, because if you want to try and go for ganks and all that stuff,
10
if you want to try and gank
seconds
Medusa, she just hits her R button and you can't
5
go in on her
seconds
anymore. She'll be
remaining.
able to make it out, or at least, you know, delay for backup to arrive. And in comes the OD, so that will be our mid hero here, and that will be the mid for Awake. I have to say, I'm kind of skeptical about the Medusa pickup, but if it works out, Awake is gonna have such a difficult time dealing with that. I mean, people turn into stone being bashed on by an Alchemist. That's no joke whatsoever. Oh, Wind Ranger. What the hell? Sorry, people. I said Windrunner, didn't I? Wind Ranger gets there first. Does she still say that? I hope so. If she gets first blood, we'll see if she does, though. For Awake, if they don't have a strong early game, I don't give them
10
much chance
seconds remaining.
of survival against Impervious's lineup.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, she still laughs the same. Well, that's something. There we go. Let's take a look at who is playing what. Of course, we have got on the Dire side, it is Awake. We've got Boombell playing the OD. Keat will play the Bounty Hunter. We have JO2,
Prepare for
YO2
battle.
playing the Earthshaker. Toy on the Mirana. And Af playing the Venomancer. And so far everybody's going bottom lane. Whether they're gonna run aggressive tri lane or just dual lanes, or even just leave Bounty Hunter bottom and go for a safe tri lane themselves. I mean, there's a lot of options for them. And it's all yet up in the air because everybody moving bottom is basically not saying anything apart from that they want to try and see what they're gonna be dealing with. So let's take a look at Impervious, because they are on the Radiant side. They've got themselves a Medusa played by Chu. Insidious C will be standing in today. We'll be playing the Wind Ranger. Hello. They know that she's there. She's got wards to support Windrunner. And Bounty Hunter scouted out. He will not be able to slow her down. Arrow will miss. And that's going to be one Wind Ranger out safe.
30 seconds to
Ninja
battle.
Boogie will play the Alchemist. He is a support Alchemist in this game. This is going to be a roaming Alchemist. Roaming support. Picked up smoke already as well. I'm like, I thought that the Alchemist would be better than the Medusa has taken the farm here because, well, Medusa needs more farm to be up to scratch compared to the Alchemist, so it will take longer for her to be ready to face Awake's lineup, and if Awake is successful in the early game, I'm not sure what they think they can do. We have got ourselves a Nyx Assassin solo mid because of the Alchemist support and the Windrunner support, so Nyx Assassin played by Ysera will be going up against the OD, which is of course a decent matchup for him. At least decent later on. He will still be losing the lane in terms of last hits, but he shouldn't die. And of course, it's still a bit of a skill matchup. But Nyx Assassin versus OD, it's often considered a bit of a counter, but it's mostly because of his mana burn, and that's mostly stronger later on in the game. We'll see how he does. In the meantime, on the top lane, we've got ourselves the Invoker played by SX, or let's just call him Shox or something like that. SXO CXS. There we go. We'll be solo laning up against the Bounty Hunter, so we do have an aggressive tri-lane coming out from Awake. With the Windrunner and the Alchemist supporting here, we'll see if they can get some kills going. At least for Impervious, they don't have to worry too much about, you know, revealing themselves when they're standing around here, because they're the two wards of Awake. They have been placed. We've got one right here, and it's also one right here with Impervious, and the other one is actually behind the tower, and that's of course to try and land arrows if they are successful in their aggression, but only time will tell if that's going to be the case. We do have one observer ward still left to be placed by Insidious C, but he gets it now. Nice counter ward for the sentry ward that was there. A sentry ward to block the camp. Don't want to use an observer for that one. It's too scarce. I mean, yes. Sentry wards are more expensive, but you only get 2 observer wards this early on. Is his tail flat? I think so. Looks like that. I like it. Oh, that hurts. Medusa. So far sitting on 4 last hits only, so getting delayed slightly in their farm, but we'll see how long that will continue. And of course, if Awake is able to get their aggression going. And actually the arrow misses here. They still get a Fisher out though. Wind ranged away. That's still called Wind Run. Never mind. Oh, Alchemist coming up with the stun. That's going to be your first blood, I think. One more hit needed and Venomancer will take a dive. There we go. First blood on the board. Medusa will take it home. A Wind Ranger can wind run, but she's not... Oh. Yeah. Sorry. First game that I cast in is the patch, so I'm going to be paying a bit more attention about those kind of things. Ysera so far sitting on 7 for 3 up against an OD with 13 to 4 as said. Boombell should be at least getting ahead here in last hits. And then nice, there's not much that Nyx Assassin can do. He can mana burn a bit, but with that Essence Aura there, with the bottle, it should be no problem for Boombell to be able to continue his harass. Meantime on the top lane, his Invoker is doing okay. He's 11 for 1. I say he's doing okay, but he's only got 1 regen left. 6 for 1 only for Keat, but level-wise, of course, it is still very even. And actually, look at the harassment. Bounty Hunter can actually go 1-to-1 with Invoker, even though he has Quas up. And is he gonna go in on that? No, he went invisible. Sorry, I needed to check on bottom lane, because there was a bit of an advance made here by Awake, but they couldn't get anything done. Didn't try to land an arrow. In comes a Fisher still, but it's just a harass as Invoker still goes down to the top lane. Bounty Hunter makes it happen. The harassment, level 1 Janata only, but level 3 Shuriken Toss is going to be enough to burst down that Invoker that has Spec Quas. Or had Quas on and Quas Wax build. Not a build that we often see anymore because of the lack of last hits that you get with it. As we have got a Fisher and a Gale around the corner. The Fisher was on the wrong side though. I was expecting the Windrunner to be on this side, and then they might have been able to make something happen. Regen Rune will be kept safe by Ninja Buki. And he's charging up a stun, realizing what's coming. In comes the Gale. Af does not want to get stunned. He will get stunned though. The vision is there. That's going to be a Shackle as well. Wow, that Shackle didn't latch the tree that he was standing right next to, but I don't think it matters. It eats a tree, and there comes the Serpent. Another kill added to the board. Another kill for Impervious. And another kill for the Medusa. I mean, I said earlier that she has a long startup time. She normally needs a lot of farm to be able to you know, have an impact on the game. But if she's gonna get kills like this all the time, well then she's gonna come online very early. and Awake. They kind of need to make a change of pace, or make some changes. Change of pace probably not the right way to say it, but they need something. They need kills. Of course, Bounty Hunter is level 6, so perhaps he can rotate bottom and help his team get some kills. Help his team slow down that Medusa a bit more. Even though Medusa is not really getting that many last hits, but getting those kills, not bad whatsoever. And in terms of last hits, I mean 13 for 3 for Medusa. Toy is sitting on the same amount of last hits, 13 for 10, but still 13. Shackle does not latch to the Earthshaker, and stun still hits, leap or not, but at least she is next to her tower. But as you can see, the confidence of Impervious here on this trial lane is growing. They can take on Awake and they know it. They are ahead. Let's take a look at the supports as well. Level 3 on both of them. And while Venomancer is level 2. Earthshaker level 3 and almost level 4 though. But it doesn't matter as much. We have a smoke up as you can see. Alchemist and Wind Ranger making their way over mid. The Impale already comes out. Looking for more. The Sun charged up. They're gonna be able to get that Sun off. Power shot if need be. The Shackle not even needed. There's no power shot spec actually, but it doesn't matter. Oh my god, can he get away? No. I actually thought he might be able to get away, but there was a mana burn coming up again. So Wind Ranger takes it. Takes the gold. In the meantime, the track is up for the Invoker. The rotation came from the Venomancer, who went for the Gale. Did get it off on the Invoker, but there wasn't enough damage to go through. And they didn't want to dive it because, of course, there was a support
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
cavalry close by. Bounty Hunter now rotating back to base. That leaves Venomancer as a level 2 Shackle 2-3 very vulnerable, and he will be picked up. Perhaps they'll save him. Oh, Invoker took it. You saw Windrunner stopping her attacks because she knew that someone else would get it, but Nyx Assassin, bit of a waste for his for his Vendetta, but it's a very short cooldown anyway, so it's fine. And even though Mirana and Earthshaker knew right now that the supports weren't there, they still weren't able to get that much going. I mean, of course, Medusa is very careful with that as well, but didn't try to make anything happen really there on the bottom lane either. Maybe with Bounty Hunter there they can though. Bounty Hunter did rotate bottom. Let's see. Level 4 Medusa. This of course is also nice. Oh, he's gonna be uninvisible soon. Shield goes up, the track as well. Let's see if they can land an arrow. There's a lot of creeps nearby though, and the arrow, nah, I won't hit. Especially not with that Fissure. Doesn't hit up on the Windrunner either. Shackle will be latched to a tree as the Platinum Courier gets himself away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Platinum. But yeah, that was just a bit fail execution because there was no way that arrow was gonna latch. A better way of doing it would have been Bounty Hunter to go invisible again, maybe wait until the Medusa was gonna be, you know, in a bit of a safer place, or unsafer place. And maybe also ward, counter ward their path, because of course they saw everybody moving into the jungle, so for Medusa it was clear that something was coming. As there was of course a kill mid, OD disconnected for it. Nyx Assassin was the one to go down. Or the one to get the kill rather, the one to go down was the OD. So that's gonna be the second death of the OD this time. Also helped by Team Impervious, some supports, of course, making sure that they are useful on the map. And talking about supports being useful on the map, well, I'm kinda not seeing that just yet from Awake. They're trying, they definitely are, but they're not having the kind of aggression and the kind of kills that they should be getting. This, like the first 20 minutes of the game, should be theirs. After that, Impervious Medusa will probably take over, but that won't happen if Awake gets enough out of those first 20 minutes. Can they slow down Impervious' game? Can they extend those 20 minutes? And at the moment, they're actually making it shorter. Because the way this is going, Impervious is going to have a lead at 15 minutes in, and Awake will have such a tough time coming back. I mean, track kills, definitely the right thing to come back into the game. We done. But yeah, they have to actually get kills to do that. So far they've only got 1 kill, and that's a solo kill for the Bounty Hunter before he was even level 6. The Invoker hasn't even left his lane yet. Can he curious to see if he's still gonna go for Hand of Midas. It's a good item for Invoker. He needs those levels. He needs the experience from it more than the gold. But he's doing nice on experience. I mean, he's the highest level on the map. Perhaps he wants to get even more high. I mean, right now, if he would have gotten Exort and did the whole meteor thingy combination quad snap on the Venomans, the Venomans would die in a heartbeat. I mean, he is level 3, hasn't got boots, sitting on a 1 sentry ward because his team required that to be kept safe from the Nyx assassin. But other than that, it's just such a tough situation for him. Platinum baby Roshan, indeed. We already saw that one. Waterfall. Well, that happened. Mirana so far 31 for 17. I mean, she's going to be one of the faces to look out for. Together with the Bounty Hunter, she needs to make things happen together with the OD. OD will take a while before he's up to scratch, though. Especially since he now died twice. If we take a look at net worth, OD is actually... Well, you can't see OD. I was going to say he's actually sitting at the bottom of the list, but that's because he disconnected. We only see the gold that he has in his bank. Well, we're going to need to see some arrows from this Mirana. They're going to have to count on him to turn this around. In combination with the Bounty Hunter, fair enough. But if the Bounty Hunter scouts someone out... Like, the coordination between Kit and Toy has to be so perfect, because Bounty Hunter has to scout someone out, knowing that he will be staying invisible long enough for Mirana to not get in range, but for Mirana to get in the right angle to land an arrow without worrying about neutrals, without worrying about creeps, without worrying of hitting something else with their arrow. And right now, that's just not happening. Awake is slow to really execute their lineup. Doesn't mean they can't still do it. Definitely not. They can snowball out of control so hard because of that track goal that they might get. But they need to they need to have a start. They need to have some kind of foundation to do that on, and they don't have that at this point. What's going on? Auto. Piece. Oh, I don't have that happen if I'm... An auto restart for PC. My PC actually did that last night because of an update for Windows, but it only does that when I'm not there. So I'm not there to cancel it. In the meantime, Impervious, I mean, I've talked how Awake is behind, but Impervious is having such a good time here, by the way. They are having a Nyx assassin who's level 8, got mana boots, sitting comfortably in the situation that he's in. Windrunner level 4, has got level 2 shackle, boots, luxury that Venomancer cannot afford just yet. They've got a good invoker, and on top of that, Medusa, even though she's not the highest farmed hero on the map, and also not even for her team, she is, considering she is up against an aggressive tri lane, doing really well. She's got her boots, she's got 2 kills. Happy Medusa, I'd say. An Alchemist support draws on the minimap, Ninja Boogie. Aiming to take down the Bounty Hunter. Do they have some detection actually? Someone's drawing his girlfriend with a uneven boob. They don't have detection, so... Oh, there he goes again. If they want to take down the Bounty Hunter, they have to get some vision going somewhere. Was it in the courier? Yeah, there's dust in the courier, right? Yes. Ah, there we go then. Ninja Boogie gets the dust. It's a song. There he goes again. Thank you. Otherwise, this best of 3 is either going to take very long if it's going to go like that, or it's going to be very short if Awake has to give up. This is, of course, game 1, by the way. For people that just joined, you are watching a tiebreaker for the Rapture Gaming League. The winner of this best of 3 will be moving on to the playoffs, while the loser will just not go anywhere. Like, they have played all the group stages for nothing because they didn't make it through. Not even enough mana for mana boots. There we go. Mana boots. Thank you. And with the tracks up there, Keith should be fine. He should be aware of what's happening. Indeed. Perhaps he can make it bottom and can kill off something else. I mean, then they really need to kill something off. Who was the one to get the dust? Nick's assassin. Good job. Good choice. But this bounty hunter is the one that we're going to keep track of, because he is the one to make things happen on the map. Even though we also have Venomancer maybe trying something for the Invoker. But again, he is level 3, so he has to be so careful. Oh my god, he leveled up. Level 4. Boombell rotated top because he couldn't get safe farm in the mid lane anymore. Got ganked twice so far, so I don't blame him for rotating. And we have got an Impale. He goes invisible though. The dust is still there, but doesn't want to use it. Didn't have the right setup for it. Mirana's still farming on the bottom lane by himself at the moment. Toy is gonna get ganked by the looks of it. Ninja Boogie is preparing for it. Is he gonna get some backup? He needs some backup. If they walk past here, perhaps they'll see. Yeah, they'll see. They should see. Alchemist already charging up a stun. This is not gonna end well for Toy. The stun will hit, regardless of how far. Acid spray as well as a shackle. Brilliantly done. That's a power shot to finish it up. And a hit. Wind Ranger. Haha. Takes it. Once again. I mean, this Windrunner could actually rotate into the standard Windrunner. Just get phase boots. Just be, pretend he was off lane or something. Pretend there's no Invoker in the game. When he still finished up his Hand of Midas. Steel's doing really well there on that top lane. Just having free reign. Invoker is actually with that Hand of Midas, which he of course gets for the experience most of all, as said. But he is highest on that worth. And Awake is still not able to make anything happen.
Invisibility.
Awake is still being the team that looks to be wanting to continue this laning phase, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't. I'm just waiting for the action to happen, because something has to change. Come on, Awake, you can do it. You can show us some more kills, show us the potential of your lineup. I mean, there's an Astral Imprisonment, followed up by an arrow, a track, and everybody dies. Fisher to help out, Gale. They have so much fighting potential, but they are just not able to know where they're gonna do it. They seem like they're lost. They seem like they're not entirely sure how to start their potential. How to show their potential to the enemy lineup. And perhaps it's just Impervious playing really well, because, to be honest, where are you gonna gank? Oh, and Venomancer, I think you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. No Cold Snap coming out though, the Invoker's on cooldown. Nice Fisher. Nice Spike Carapace too, that was Shaker getting stunned by that one. But to be honest, like, where are you gonna gank? Are you gonna gank mid, where there's 3 people there? No, you don't want to take a team fight, you want to gank. Ganking is not taking a team fight. Are you gonna gank bottom? You can't do that, because Medusa is level 6 and she hits her R button, and there's no way of getting her down anymore before the rest of her team comes in for the reinforcements. So it's really tough, don't get me wrong. Awake is facing a really tough decision, but...
Radiant's top tower
oh, Tornado! This is gonna be OD in a lot of trouble. In comes the Cold Snap. Astral Imprisonment on Windrunner has ended. The Shackle slow him down for a little while longer. That should still be a kill. The Power Shot will hit. A killing spree for this support Windrunner, who picked up the headdress, starting to build towards the mechanism. And that is gonna be another kill for Awake. Bounty Hunter might be able to make something happen here. Can he? Up against a level 6 Alchemist that has got his... Chemical Rage up, I was gonna say an arrow. Nice! Ooh! Almost, that was so close. That could have been it. Leap forward. Still some harassment coming out. He's charging up his stun though. Shuriken Dust comes out, the stun will be there, but it doesn't matter. Mirana gets a kill, and those are the kind of kills they have to constantly get. Perhaps, nope. Oh, Impale. That's gonna be Bounty Hunter dusted up. Mirana leaves. I don't blame him for that one. The haste is still there for the Bounty Hunter though, and it looks like he'll be making it out. Oh no, this should be a kill. Maybe, nice, I think it still hits when invisible. Yeah. Thought so too. Cannot run fast enough. Not from that serpent. Still flying back to give some mana to Medusa. Well, it was a nice idea. They actually did double their kills by killing off that support Alchemist. Of course, they did lose their safe lane Bounty Hunter for that, so that's quite a blow, as Medusa's also going for Hand of Midas. You know, it's very greedy to have both Invoker and Medusa go for that, but I mean, why not? They're doing so well. They've got this late game, and apparently they've got this early game as well. Ninja Boogie is in danger of stunning himself. Yep. 3 hero stuff from Awake. Can they actually take down Invoker? This will be tough, it will be tough. Fissure will be there. In comes the teleport as well from the OD. There's the Fissure. The OD comes in. This should be a kill. The track is there. No hope. That's going to be Sanity's Eclipse even user. Perhaps they can take down the Windrunner as well. The arrow. Awkward arrow. Awkward arrow. I mean, to not get the timing right, it happens. To just not hit on where the Astral Imprisonment is, that's just awkward. That's just so wrong. Hand-mouse coordination. And cursor. Mouse-cursor coordination. Gale. Want to go for the next assassin. He can go invisible, but he is tracked up. They should be able to take this kill. Spike Carapace will help out. Perhaps he can actually turn this around. With the tower helping out as well. One more hit. Can he actually get it? He goes invisible. He is going to be stunned though. And Alchemist takes the kill. Nyx Assassin lives to see another day. And that would have been so different if Venomancer just has mana to throw out his ultimate. But he did not have that. Now Alchemist with the Medallion of Courage. This is actually an item that I really love up against an Alchemist. You can just put the medallion on while the unstable concoction is flying and put down the acid spray in the same time, and that's gonna hurt so much with so much minus armor coming out. I think Venomancer would die from that, but at least he's level 6, eh? That's good. Medusa, 1700 gold in their inventory. You see that Awake is still trying to find their pathing, trying to find their openings, their aggression, but Impervious, they're just fine with the way things are going. They have a very conservative lineup, and they don't need to gank, they don't need to kill. Well, Awake does. They need to fight and kill and gank and do everything they can to get ahead in these first couple of minutes in the game, first 20 minutes in the game, which is, by the way, the 20-minute mark that I mentioned. Oh, blink up. Anisera shows off the blink while killing Mirana.
Thoroughly extracted.
One of the higher farmed heroes on the map for Awake. There's only one high farmed hero left standing for Awake, or at least left standing, which is the OD. As they scouted out that there was indeed a bounty hunter around there, so they will be extra careful. We also have got the Venomancer coming in to the woods. 3 heroes bottom, OD being one of them. OD the highest farmed hero for the Radiant, for the Dire rather. As Evoker takes down top tower, nobody to defend it. Astral Imprisonment. They did see all of them though, so this is a bit awkward. They just showed that they were all there. In comes the stun, and that's the Medallion of Courage showing. That's gonna be one dead. That wasn't your Tornado. Venomancer will die. At least he lands his poison over this time. He had mana for that, but it doesn't matter. Invoker won't go die from that. He's got his quest. He's gonna be fine. The rest gets himself out, but that was the worst Gale ever. Nice snipe. Bounty Hunter being at least a bit useful here. But that... You saw that, right? There was an Alchemist standing here. An OD standing here. OD Astral Imprisonment, the Alchemist, I think, to live another day. And the Gale actually went like this. He Galed his own teammate or something. I don't know. It was a bit awkward. Maybe he didn't even Astral Imprisonment. I don't remember anymore. Just remember that the Gale was awkward. Fissure to try and delay the push. We actually have a TP incoming from the OD who Astral imprisons him straight away, but he's still gonna get stunned by Ninja Boogie. There's no way he's gonna get out of that, and down he goes. Yeah, that's gonna be hurting. Venomancer doesn't get shackled, but doesn't matter either. He will get picked off. The power shot will hurt. The Fissure might be enough, but no, Medusa gets the kill anyways. Cold Snap. Toy tries to get away, still gets stunned by the Alchemist, who's just throwing out stuns left and right. That's gonna be Mirana dead because the leap was on cooldown. The Bounty Hunter cannot be doing anything anymore. The Earthshaker had to go back to base because he was left on 50 health. And that is gonna be a tier 1 tower, if not more. This is going from bad to worse, and then to just completely devastating for Awake. I am wondering if they just shouldn't call the GG, because this game is as over as it can be, I feel. Well, not as over as it can be, because that would be when the throne falls, I guess. That would be even more open. They have to hope that Impervious makes some giant mistakes here. If Impervious doesn't make mistakes, they have this game in the bag. And they don't even have to back off. Astral Imprisonment will delay this stun, but it should be still in time to land the stun. Yep, there we go. Up on the Venomancer. Nicely done. Still takes a lot of harassment. Gets tracked up. Perhaps they can take a support down here. Yes, they do. So it's a 1-for-1 support for support. Awake, looking to turn things around. In comes the Medusa, still has the ultimate. That should force everybody back. The Fisher will still land. Earthshaker getting locked in and will get taken down. The Shackle hits, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be a double kill for the Medusa. Can they take more? Can Awake turn this around? The track is up. The Wind Ranger runs and will get picked off. This might be a chance. Did I say that it was GG too early? Because it might be. Ysera can't find the bounty hunter, doesn't have a gem. Does have dust and a regen rune, which is pretty neat. Looks for Boombell. There's no tower up. The Impale hits, the mana burn as well, and that's gonna be a tornado. Holding him in place for a little while longer is... Yeah, that force staff might be actually be able to save him. Nice by Carapace still for the Fisher, but OD. He'll live. Now the track up on the Nyx Assassin. Nice stun coming out from him. In comes a Gale, which again misses everybody. An arrow though. Whoa, that was close. Blink away from the Nyx Assassin, looking for more. Everybody being still Moonlight Shadow, so everybody's still being invisible. The Moonlight Shadow ends now though. The Impale misses, and that's gonna be Ysera getting out alive. Gets mech'd up by his teammate. That's the Windrunner doing our duty right there, and that's gonna be everybody getting out for now. 4 staffs up left to right, 4 staff on the Invoker, 4 staff on the Nyx Assassin, as Medusa is starting to build towards what could be a Mantis Tower, could be a Scotty. I wouldn't be so surprised to see something like that. They are very far ahead. They are 12k gold ahead at this point. But that fight right there, a couple of kills for Awake. I mean, it might not be, you know, it's not their way back in just yet, but it's a way to hold on to what they have. Drums for Mirana at the same time as drums for Bounty Hunter, which is interesting because drums overall, I consider drums to be more of a number 2 hero item, number 3 hero item, even better than that. Number 3 hero item, purely because, you know, if you're number 1, you need to get your damage. If you're number 2, you need to get your control. And just, you know, or a person can be the number 3, as they will still take their care of the OD. I think the Shackle won't latch. Fisher comes out. That is enough. Alchemist charging up a stun. Won't be fighting a target anymore. Nicely done. Awake lives. And the gem now picked up by the Alchemist. If only they had that earlier. Blink forward. Nyx Assassin with the haste rune. Alchemist with the stun again. Will end up stunning himself again. Bounty Hunter, be careful if they know you're there. Here comes a Fisher. First up forward, mech. The Impale, the Dust, the kill. And even the ulti used, not really needed anymore. Perhaps they can still fight themselves a Venomancer though, and it looks like that's going to be the case. He will only need a couple more ticks to go down. Nice ward though, blocking himself in, but doesn't matter. Double kill for the Medusa, and the rotation continues to the tier 2 top. Might as well while they're here.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
And the first tower to go down on the side of Impervious gets denied. Ninja Bookie. Not the one to carry the gem, by the way. The gem is on its way top, so we'll see if Medusa is the one to carry the gem. Or Nyx Assassin. I would actually prefer Nyx Assassin. But that was the second last outer tower. Because there's the last outer tower is, of course, standing right here. Impervious, I mean, the logical proceedings would be take out that tower that I just circled, then go for Roche, then go for High Ground. We'll see if they stick to the plan or if they go for something else. The Lincoln's at least ready on the Medusa. We've got a Yasha picked up as well. We actually have OD farming in the Radiant jungle. Feels more safe that way. Let's be careful though, Alchemist is close by. Alchemist level 11. Support Alchemist only a level below the solo mid of Awake. I mean, the net worth alone is just a bit scary. The OD highest for his team, but still lower than Nyx Assassin, who is way lower than his Invoker or his Medusa. Of course, Hand of Might is helping with those two, but still very scary. Tower will get picked up here. If Awake make a mistake, that's going to be the way in for Impervious. Perhaps they can catch some people. In comes the Impale, the mana burn. The gem is there, so that's not going to be an invisible escape for the Bounty Hunter, but Still not able to get the kill. Question is, will they try high ground now or will they try to go for Roshan first? I mean, they could go for high ground now. Fisher will try to slow them down. There's still 2 people bottom with Mirana as well as the OD. So the 2 of the cores, the 2 highest net worth heroes. Nice Gale this time. Hits up on 2. But there can't be a follow-up. Their own tier 2 tower might be a bit under siege here. Toy really wanted extra gold. Sitting on 2200 gold. Needs to be like the damage needs to be coming from somewhere, and that's just not happening right now. Strong imprisonment coming out from the invoker, just harassment. They can't really fight just yet, and they know it too. Moonlight Shadow comes out. This is the way in, but there is of course that Gem of True Sight, so that's not a guarantee. The arrow will hit on Ninja Boogie. The Gale goes through as well. Never mind, Venomancer is actually just already picked up by the Alchemist. No Gales coming out from him anymore anytime soon. He still landed the Poison Over, but it didn't really hit anybody. The Shackle only up on 2 creeps. Not really what you want to have either. Another Fisher comes out. This time Earthshaker from the side. And he might be able to lure some people away. An arrow misses again. The tower will get dropped. Nice deny from Marana, but tower down is tower down. And gold-wise, Impervious is not going to be losing any sleep over not getting that tower down. More tracks going off here. Looking for the Rex. Gale up on 2. Can they go in? An arrow hits upon the Alchemist again. Long range arrow will not. And well, he will end up stunning himself actually. Won't be able to find a target. So stuns himself. In the meantime, his team still hitting up on the Rex. Why not? Deafening Blast. And then Venomancer once again in trouble. Venomancer. Earn charge. Negative earn charge is enough. Invoker takes him down with 1 extra hit. Arrow flies again. This time it will miss though. Hits a creep. Sanity's Eclipse doesn't really do that much, but the mechanism coming out straight after from Insidious. Echo Slam comes out, but again, they just can't seem to hurt Insidious. Everybody is tracked. They finally get a kill, and this is the kill with the gem. So important. Nyx Assassin, the one that actually also died, of course, then bought back. A Shackle. Brilliant Shackle. A Power Shot as well. Wind Ranger with the kill. Wind Ranger with the power. They want to try and get their gem back. They can if they get the OD, but OD will look to force staff himself to the high ground if he gets a chance. In comes the Impale, though. As through imprisonment. Can they take him down? Can he kid him? Yes, he should be able to. Blinks forward. Another hit will do the job. Can he get in range? He cannot. Spike Carapace. Arrow will miss. That's going to be the gem in the hands of Awake. The Rex still standing somehow, somewhere. They make it happen. And Nyx Assassin buying back for almost nothing. That was, by the way, the first time he died. What a standoff that was. Awake, by some miracle, holding on. I mean, they had everything thrown there. The Venomancer died 2 times in that same standoff. And it's just a miracle that they're still standing. Echo Slam, Sanity's Eclipse. Sanity's Eclipse is not really doing that much anymore at this point, because of course you need to be ahead on intellect for that, and that's not really the case for this OD. So, we'll see. But the mechanism also coming out. I mean, if it does do a bit of damage, the mechanism on Windrunner will make sure that it doesn't matter anymore. Roshan would be a logical proceedings for Impervious right now. I mean, going up the high ground apparently is a lot more difficult to do than they anticipated, because if they didn't, then they could have already taken it, I think. But an Aegis will definitely make a difference for that. I would like to see an Aegis being taken down by Impervious, because then they can just walk up, not worry about anything anymore. Arrow hits upon the Nyx Assassin. Will they go in on it? That's the question. Venomancer places towards, getting some vision. More tracks coming out. The Fisher comes out as well. The Age is already picked up by Medusa, though. Nice Gale coming out as well. In comes the PKB for the Mirana, looking for the Nyx Assassin. But he goes invisible. He's going to be getting away from that place. Alchemist charging up a stun. Looks to make it to the OD. Ends up not being able to, though. Gets stunned himself. Down goes the Alchemist. Still Venomancer gets picked up, and the OD drops the gem where he was slain as well. Medusa looking for a pickup on the Bounty Hunter, who gets shackled to a tree by Wind Ranger. Sunstrike doesn't even need to be there anymore, because the Wind Ranger once again with a kill. 5 kills so far upon the support Windrunner, who is going, Wind Ranger going for the going for the Orchid. I have to say, like, every time I want to say her name, I have to consciously say Wind Ranger, and that's why it sounds awkward. But when I don't do that, I actually say Windrunner, so, you know, it's awkward. It'll be awkward for a while, Wind Ranger. Unfortunately. Well, finally, they can take down Rack. They should be able to anyway, with OD down. The Gale still comes in, the Blink, the Impale hits upon a Mirana. Echo Slam comes in as well, though. Nicely done. The Fissure as well, but the Mechanism comes out straight away. Troy getting himself out of there. Looks to be living see now that they are Shaker and Venomancer are both not so lucky. The two supports going down. An Arrow will just not hit anything anymore. The GG Wall Plate comes out. That's going to be Impervious taking game 1 of this best of 3 to decide which one of these two teams will be going to the playoffs of the Rapture Gaming League. Stick around for another game between these two teams that is hopefully a bit more even than this one was, because this was a bit of a one-sided match, unfortunately for us.